Who's up next? Is that you? Is this thing on? Who should we do next? How about OGL 350? I think you're a class that's very forgiving, and I'm going to need forgiveness on this video, I think. So let's see. OGL 350. I got so many windows up. 353. Why is this open? OGL 350. What is going on here? Why am I all over the place? Okay, OGL 350. I think you guys did a bang up job, and I don't use the word guys. That's just so ridiculous. Oh, I got too many great books open. 343. OGL 350. I finally found you. Okay. Um, in terms of showing up, wow. Everybody that's enrolled did the academic integrity agreement. Only one person has not done the syllabus quiz, but I told him it was open, so hopefully he'll do it. And only one, two, three people have not watched the intro video. That's pretty impressive. Introduce yourself. I'm getting to those. I got some of them, getting to the rest of them. Pretty happy with them. A lot of you are excited about the class. I'm wondering what's wrong with you. No, you should be. That's great. You're excited for the class. I am too. It's a two-way street here. By the way, it's Monday, October 18th, 1:43 approximately. Okay, just so we know that I'm live. Okay. Um, all right. So moving on, then let's get to my notes. OGL 350. Oh, by the way, if you're ever missing any of your Easter egg points, those 10 points, maybe you'll see them there one day. A couple weeks later, they're gone. It's just me trying to keep you on your toes. No, it's not. It's me. Uh, Maybe I forgot to add them in the first place, so let me know. Maybe I added them to somebody above you alphabetically, and it entered down and accidentally deleted you. Just let me know. Just keep me ask me things, okay? And you can ask me about anything in the class, for clarification, anything, okay? Now, that's a loaded question because I've had people in previous sessions send me very long emails, which I really enjoyed, about their point of view on a particular issue, and really made me thinking. But yeah, I'm asking for it, and it's fine. Okay, let me get this out of the way. I get this off time. Why do you wear two things on your wrist? One of them's a Fitbit Charge 4, which I love. The sleep record, the step record, the heartbeat, activity, all that stuff. Use it cardio every day. iPhone, my iWatch 6, right? What do they call it? Apple iWatch 6. Just love it as an extension for, my 12 Pro Max, my MacBook Pro, my tablet that you're on there. So yes, I am a cult of Apple. And yes, that is a lion. Okay. So let's head out, should we? Hey, I have a link here. Let's see what this is. Oh, an interesting popped up yesterday. 1:36 a.m. I had to look into this. Do white celebrities not get that blackfishing is offensive or just not care? Okay, first time I ever heard the word blackfishing. Interesting. I get it totally. And this is a heck of a nice little topic. And, it could be happening in organizations, could be obviously happening on, in society. Fashion. This one they're talking about singer Jessie Nelson. She released her debut single "Boys" with a Z. She did it with help from Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj also aiding in her defense against accusations that the music video shows Nelson engaging in blackfishing, which is capitalized. Blackfishing, when non-black individuals alter their appearance to try to appear more black for profit, with that profit often coming from regurgitating stereotypes about black people, is on display throughout the video. So let's think about that for a minute. They call it blackfishing, which is interesting because, we got catfishing, we got all kinds of terms in today's world. Some people could use the term cultural appropriation. Okay, cultural appropriation, I came back from Africa and had a dashiki on or something, what? Cultural appropriation, I've got a wonderful beret. I love it. I got it from Paris, and I'm wearing that thing. Cultural appropriation. So there's things to be sensitive about. Okay, let's be ourselves here and not try to be who we're not, maybe. I don't know. But then you got to stretch yourself. I'm not judging any of this except to say that if it's offensive, if you are just blackfishing for more profit, but, then that understandable. But same go through like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I mean, everybody's trying to get to a particular demographic. So these are all complex topics, and yet there it is, one yawn per day, one yawn per video. But I just thought I'd bring that up, and I'm going to include that link. It's food for thought. Okay, and I wanted to make this clear. It's okay to express yourself passionately, even. Okay, I don't care if it's discussion board or in your papers. All right, try to balance that academically, though. Okay, you don't want to. Okay, you don't want to go too much like a manifesto. And I had a class that was called manifesto, and I've got a lot of things up here about radical reader, hate speech, manifestos, and stuff like that. I'd write a manifesto. So, but I want you to be yourself and feel comfortable. Don't feel restrained when you're talking about this, because this can be a passionate topic for many people. Diversity, right? And what your experiences are, because I'll be asking you. Because you're here for a reason. This course resonated with you for a reason. This isn't one of those, I just need a course, I mean, some people kind of get into it, but this course fills up pretty quick. Okay, and that's good, right? We need students that are going to be professionals in real life, that are familiar with some of the context themes and such that are coming from a class like this. Okay, it makes everybody better, our society better. So Easter egg number 1 is express yourself. It's fine, express yourself. Okay. Now let's get into the readings. The readings. What were the readings? Why don't I have that up? This is your chance to go to the snack bar during intermission. I'll be finishing up your introductions. They're always really cool to read where everybody is, and seeing your music, and especially those of you who are posting songs for grandparents, parents, what have you, because typically they're familiar with me. Then I remember when I grew up with them. So if you're posting, Billy Joel, Vienna, or Pink Floyd or something, I'm like, yes. If you're posting Chance the Rapper or whatever, I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's fine. That's fine. Go. I'm always surprised the amount of people, though, that are like, I can't choose one song. This is the hardest assignment in the class. It is actually, when you think about it. You want to be able to, you don't want to have to answer that if you're forced. Okay, break's over. All right, so to do, module 1, to do. Okay, learning objectives. You're going to choose one. And remember, I changed this course a lot. I used to have to read like 3 out of 5. I put it to 1 out of 3, plus the identity reading. You're going to read one of those. Look at something that might resonate with you. And remember, you can download all these and save them. Even if it's not your choice, save them. You never know what will come in handy. You get that job in HR, you get that job manager, you want to have something to back you up if you need to reference something, right? So take a look at that. If you choose the first one, you do need to read the GAO, the USAID report, right? Okay, and then you want to do the identity reading. What else do we got here? Then you've got the audiovisual presentations. I'd apologize up front, but it's a time consumer you should go through. 90 minutes approximately. Set aside the time. This is Dr. Emily Mertz, a colleague, great colleague. I think she's fabulous, designing the courses and things. And although we're going to go through a little change on this one in the spring, these are good and important to read. And the quiz is directly related to this. So if you want to do this, then make time for the quiz. You want to set aside the time to do both of those things at once, okay? That would be kind of important because the quiz is 30 multiple choice questions. I give you 60 minutes, plenty of time. You don't need that much anyways. So, there's important info, theories, concepts, all on this topic, all right? So Easter egg number 2 is set aside the time. We're mowing them down. I didn't even do the first Easter egg till 16 minutes in the last class. Easter egg number 2 is set aside the time. And that goes through everything, by the way, okay? When you're writing your paper stuff, like I said, if you're waiting until the due date shows up on your calendar to do something. Oh my God, you got news for you. You're going to be in trouble. Think of that for a second. Oh, that's good coffee. All right. So you want to look at what you're going to be writing. Start getting ideas. When you do the reading, start taking notes. Make sure they're notes that are useful for you for the paper, at the end of each module. All right. The module 1 paper, why do I have 8 points? It's a lot of points. I moved some things around and I brought, it's 80 points, not 8 dash, 80 points. It was from 50. And I want to make a little more, 80 points is important. It's 3 to 6 pages, 3 to 6 pages. Why 3 to 6 pages? Well, somebody turned in 8 one time when it was 3 to 6 pages, and I'm not impressed. Because as much as some of you need to be lifted into 3 pages, you can do it. Let's do this. To get to 3 without being redundant, repeating things, fill in words. Other people need to pull it back and concise 6 pages instead of 8, 9 pages. Okay. It is really important that you follow the formatting. You'll find that out pretty quick for me. It's going to turn everybody on its ear. I really hate this guy. Okay. No, it should be a Word doc, docx only, nothing else. All right. Times New Roman 12-point font, nothing else. Double line space, nothing else. Paragraph indents, in-text citations, and a works cited list. Now, if you have major violations of this type of formatting, I'm going to give you a 0 because that's really mean. But then I'm going to give you a chance to do it again and fix it. Okay. Doesn't mean I want you to throw in garbage and see what you can get away with, because you won't be able to get away with it. Okay. And I'll be irritated, and it's not going to make it more pleasant for me to score it again. But just so you know that if you do get a very rough score and you're like, holy cow, I didn't see that coming, just know that I'll probably have you email me and discuss redoing it. Okay. No cover page or abstract ever on anything in this class. I never want to see a cover page or abstract. You don't need to post charts, pictures. Just keep it, no color fonts. Okay, everything just black. Make sure it's the same black. I recommend you highlight your whole paper and click on the black to make it the same black. You know how many times I see 2 or 3 different blacks? Is it frustrating? Yes, it should be uniform. Discipline. Now you know that I have OCD on some things. So check for grammar and spelling errors. You got that. Hit review on Word and check spelling and grammar. Okay. This first paper has 2 parts, so keep it organized, right? And if you don't have paragraph indents, and if you don't use paragraphs enough, I will ask you to redo it. Each page should not be a paragraph. You can do it. There's writing centers at ASU. You can set an appointment for free. I don't pre-grade. So some people, oh my God, I'm so nervous about the grade. Can you look at this first? No, just submit it. It's fine. All right. Take the appropriate time. Outline your paper. Get your main thoughts out. Build it up. Okay. Be a student. Did we do one of these already? I didn't do one in the first video. Demonstrate academic rigor. That's what that is, right? Okay. Yeah, I wrote this not to add pressure, but these papers have really been good in this class, and they have. They've blown me away. This was the first class I taught outside of interdisciplinary studies. I got sunburned from riding my Jeep with the top open. And I was really impressed. They're really good papers. What's good about them? They specifically and descriptively recalled personal examples of whatever the topic was that we asked about. They wove that in, integrated it into the material from the paper. It wasn't just a write me a chapter or autobiography. No, this has to do with academic rigor, taking the readings, searching your memory banks, writing about something, integrating it into what matters. That's why they were really good. And paragraph indents. Okay. So be aware of that. Let's see here. I want to just make sure. So there's the audiovisual presentations. We're sitting here on 15. You guys are gonna get away with it this time. Then there's the quiz. Then there's the paper. If you have any questions about this, you let me know. Just don't. There is a Turnitin score. You're going to go through Turnitin. You probably experienced this before at ASU. It just goes. Your paper goes through it. It'll recognize where things have been before. If you did quotes or used the words of others, in other words, plagiarized, it'll tell me. It'll give you a score. You should be able to see that. If you have more than a 30% score, you might want to revisit that. In terms of citations, we might have to work on that, but FYI, your works cited list should be in alphabetical order, double line spaced, alphabetical order by last name, double line spaced, no line gaps between entries, each entry in hanging paragraph format. If you don't know what hanging paragraph format is, then don't try to guess. It's not a regular paragraph, it's a hanging paragraph. Google it. I had a student in the last session said to me, this took a lot of nerve, guts, trust me. I was on the phone with him and I asked him why he wasn't using the ASU library for a particular assignment. He said, oh, well, kids, today we got this thing we call Google. Well, let me tell you, young man, I've been on Google since before you were born, okay? I was working on the internet before the turn of the century. I was internet savvy. I think I said this before. I had an Apple IIc Plus computer in like 1988. All right? Don't tell me about no Google. Don't use garbage sources, okay? Meaning, I don't want to see Wikipedia, a dictionary, an encyclopedia, Investopedia. I don't want to see newspapers, Cron.com, New York Times. I don't want to see those. I want to see if you need to search for some kind of source, you go to the ASU library online, you do your search. The right side will say expand your results. You'll see filters there. One is peer reviewed only, and another one is full text online. You just click those two, refilter it. You're going to come up with some great sources. Contact me if you need any help with that. I don't want you to be afraid, though. I mean, yes, formatting is important, very important, but content is very important. And so, but I need to have you treat those things as they're both important. Okay. All right, Easter egg number 3 coming in on 18 minutes. Easter egg number 3 is organize your papers. Organize your papers. That means, organize them, format them correctly, spelling and grammar, all that good stuff. If you have any questions, again, let me know. Pat the crest. Forks up. Peace.